how to put English on the basketball.
Hello, and welcome to a new episode of With the English Podcast with myself, Glen, and
Mr. Sam Oakley.
Mr. Sam Oakley. We're getting really
Indeed.
formal now.
We are.
Double name and Mr. Fair enough. This week, I've committed to, even though I'm away with the family. I'm in life in Wales at the moment, so hopefully you are thankful, Sam.
I am. I couldn't believe it when you said you was away to celebrate with the family, especially wedding anniversaries and stuff.
Yes, wedding anniversary. I've got a very understanding wife, clearly.
Indeed. And hopefully, like my wife, she'll let you fly out to America to go and watch basketball games as well, although it's West Coast for you.
Yeah, one day. Hopefully, that's in the bucket list.
Indeed. But yes, thank you, Glenn, for joining the dedication.
And we're going to start off. We're going to start off quickly. It's what's on your hat with the Sixers.
Yes.
Not a Sixers bias podcast at all, but we cannot not talk about them, given they are the top seed, 8 games winning streak. Embiid and Maxey, from what you say, the best duo in the league.
Yeah, I did.
The floor is yours, Sam.
I'll be very quick. That's what I was like, what can I say?
He says.
I'm thinking in my head. No, I will, because I appreciate it's not. So, any teams on an 8-win streaks, I'm sure next week, if the Bucks carry on and the Celtics they've picked up, we'll be talking about them in just the same manner. Maybe not the Celtics. So, with the Sixers, yeah, they've done really well. You know, the reins have been unleashed on Maxey, and I think Nick Nurse, someone I've been excited about to come over, has just improved the team and made Maxey a better player. And dare I say it, James Harden has shown him some of the good stuff to do on the court, not obviously off, but the on-court stuff he's taught him as well has made a massive difference. And he had a very good relationship with Rivers. So I think there's some stuff last year that they did, and Sam Cassell, who he no longer has supporting him, obviously. So, but Nick Nurse is obviously taking him to that next level. So the last 2 years of development, it's been great. And I've said all along, do not trade him for Dame Lillard. He's going to be just as good by the time he hits his peak. And, same age in the league, he's performing equal to or better than what he did. So I'm super excited. I think there's a great combo. And it's just now what happens as the season goes on. Do the Sixers, do we make another trade? Don't know. Do we keep it going? Because we're going to touch on them in a minute. But if you make a trade and move a couple of pieces, doesn't always go to plan if you're getting a superstar. And I'll let you, because you'll love that, talk about that team in a second. And I think that's the main thing. We've just the cohesiveness between the core of the team and the coach that they've brought into has made them look solid. It's that simple.
So as we know, the process has been going on for 57 years. How long it's been. So from what you're watching, what's been the main difference? We've seen a lot of players come and go, and you've seen a few coaches. What's been the main difference since Nick Nurse has come in?
Well, I think they brought into the defensive effort a bit more this year. I think Mr. Rivers is a fantastic people manager. I think, get the superstars in, he's great. I don't think he is as good with the rotation pieces, but his X's and O's are probably average. Obviously, his IQ for basketball was great. He was a good player, fantastic player. So I think moving on from him, and then he had a player development coach in Brett Brown who made Embiid, and his team made Embiid the player he was 2 years out injured and got him shooting and stuff. So you've got all that to factor into Embiid being who Embiid is, and people like Covington and some of the players that have happened there from the Brett Brown era. Then you've had Doc Rivers showing him and leading him and showing him some of that stuff. And then this year, Embiid's just taken another step up as well. So I think I've seen Embiid give the ball up to Maxey at the end of the game so he gets to 50 points. Like, it's just a bit more leadership. And I think
we are. Let's note this: we are fresh. I've come off the back of a 50-piece game for Tyrese Maxey. You've been singing his praises for a long time. We know you said a while back, he's a future all-star, but I hate to say it, Sam. At the moment, you are quite right. He is he's heading in that direction.
Indeed.
He is started the season well. Like, we don't want to get. I guess you don't want to get ahead of yourselves.
No.
We're only 9 games in.
Indeed.
But things are looking good. You struggled at the start of last year, and all right, it's about how you finish, not how you start. But I guess it's nice. I bet it's nice for you guys to have a bit of a good head start rather than having to sort of claw yourselves back into contention.
Yes, and this will lead us on to our next topic very nicely. It's nice to have the drama sorted early on, moved on from it, and the role players playing their bit. And I think the only other thing to touch on from a Sixers perspective is obviously Kelly Oubre getting a broken rib. Thankfully, it
Yeah,
came
that's
out later
nuts.
that it was just the wing mirror. Because first off, I thought it was
Oh,
like
was
a
it?
proper. Yeah, the way that Woj tweeted it out was like it was a full-on collision,
Yeah, it sounded like
and
a bloody hit and run across the windscreen sort of
yeah,
scenario.
so it was. I mean, I think it was still an SUV because everyone drives SUVs and trucks, especially in city center city. Like I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen a hatchback in city center when I've been there in Philly. So yeah, and then it's just nice to get that out of the way, get the drama out of the way of Harden, bring in the pieces like Kelly and stuff like that early on, and it's worked really well. So yeah, getting Harden on and getting him over to LA, not to the Lakers,
But this is the
obviously to your
thing.
favorite.
Well, this is the thing, it is seamless because Harden leaves, Sixers go on a massive winning streak, joins the Clippers, and then the Clippers have been on a losing streak. Now, I remember when Westbrook joined the Lakers, we were bad. He left the Lakers, we were good. So all the media attention was on, Westbrook wasn't the right fit for the Lakers. He's now doing a bit better at the Clippers, blah, 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 blah. But Harden is going to have the spotlight now. He talks the
Yep.
talk. And
Mhm.
is it a coincidence that the Sixers are now steamrolling and now the Clippers can't win a game? I've seen a few quarters of their games last week since he's joined, and obviously we beat the Clippers last week, but Harden wasn't involved. But they just, I don't know, something just seems a bit off. Something like the whole chemistry side of things. I said this when he joined, like
Mm.
the vibe seemed a bit off with the whole introduction and all the rest of it. So I think it's sort of, I predicted wasn't going to go well. Who's going to have the ball for starters? Who's the first option? Who's the second option? Who's the third option? I think Ty Lue's got to make some tough decisions, and not they can't all start for me. And he's got to make some adjustments. They can still get their minutes, but maybe just not have all those four out at the start.
Hmm. I can't believe I'm going to agree. I actually agree with everything you said. And it's not because I don't dislike James Harden at all, but you're right. I think Ty Lue's a good coach. He's proven that over the years, and I think he's very good with his people management. Again, another good people manager. So I think he's got to make that decision. I think you're right. My guess would probably be that it would be Westbrook because he's the older player, probably being paid. It's probably on the least amount of money.
Yeah, he's on the minimum
Yeah. So
veterans minimum. So he will probably be collateral damage. He was coming off the bench for the Lakers. Is Harden gonna accept being coming off the bench? Being he is a system, as he says.
yeah,
For
that's
me,
come back to bite him.
maybe I'm just a bit rational, but what's the difference between getting into the late stage of your career and coming off the bench, but still getting 30 plus minutes?
I know. I'm not going to put it in the same context, and I don't mean to, but I'm 35 now, and I play football for a charity team now, and I started on the bench at the weekend, and my mum was like, oh, blah 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 about it, and I was like, I don't mind. Like, I'm not. When I was 25, 26, yeah, I wouldn't have been happy, playing Sunday league
Oh
and being on
yeah,
the bench. But I'm 35 now, and I play for a charity team. It's more about the team, and there's more buy-in. And I'm saying it's not the same thing, but I'm quite happy not playing 90 minutes because my body can't handle it. And I just don't get the pride thing. Like you say, you're still getting 30 minutes. You still got a chance of hitting accolades. Okay, I know it'd be tough to get all star, but you can still get quite a lot of accolades and get your bonuses and your pay bonus if you win championships or win playoff games, whatever your structure of your contract is. So I don't get. I agree. I don't get it, but it's a prideful
well,
win.
if you're a player like Harden who hasn't won it yet, surely it's just like you say, buying into the team.
You should do. You got to buy into the. It's big. Things bigger than you. But unfortunately for James, which is what I learned, is he's not like that, and he will make a sacrifice for a short period of time, but I think he won't maintain it. He was quite happy to assist Joel at times and done that bit and showed that he can be a passing guard as well. And I think he's happy to do that in certain games, but he also wants to be the one that takes over. And I think that's where the agreement's got to be. But you can't go into a game and go, right, tonight it's your turn, Paul. Tomorrow it's you,
Well,
Kawhi.
it was nice to see a lot of air balls towards the end of the Memphis game the other night. And even to, I think it was the last possession, Leonard left the last shot up to James Harden. I don't know if there was an agenda behind it, hoping he'd miss and highlight how it's not working with him. But I think the Clippers were very stupid taking that problem off of you guys. And I mean, I know you guys don't care. Like, you're happy
Well,
that he's gone.
happy, yes. Yeah, we would have liked something slightly better in return, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, I would take it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's only like we said about Sixers, it's only early days, so maybe they just need to find their rhythm, need to find their chemistry, and maybe towards when we get towards Christmas, that we'll all be talking about how well they're playing. But I'm going to enjoy it whilst it lasts.
Indeed. And he's an old player. Let's talk about the future. So you've said to me about Edwards, Mr. Edwards.
Yeah, today I wanted to touch on Anthony Edwards. Obviously, his first couple of seasons, he's been tremendous. There's been no question about his potential and how he's going to take the league on. And this start of this season, he shows no signs of slowing down, and I truly think he is going to be a future MVP.
Okay, yeah.
I messaged you about. I could see him being the face of the NBA. I know we talk about Wemby, and I know people are going to say, "What about Wemby?" We mention him weekly. I guess I want to say that maybe Edwards is going to be the face of the NBA to Americans.
Okay, Ja Morant's out of the picture now.
Well, currently he is.
Yeah.
And I mean, all his shenanigans are going to hold him back regardless of him not playing. But Anthony Edwards, he comes across as a decent guy, competitive, quite funny, down to earth. No, sort of no issues surrounding him. A bit like LeBron James. The fact that he's, apart from the odd white lie about reading a book that he hasn't read and not knowing song lyrics, he's not really had a career of being in the headlines in the tabloids for the wrong reasons. So aside from Wemby, I think he could be the face of the NBA.
Yeah, I think and this is what I was loading up some stuff here, and I was thinking at ages. I think the next, obviously, LeBron's declining, Steph's current, the face at the moment, or has been in the last, several years, has been your Steph Curry, your LeBron James. And, you probably would have had, Kawhi if he didn't get all his injuries. But those two have been like the main faces. For me, I always look at it as a couple of face. You need to have a couple, it goes back to the original days, when you had, the last sort of single person, and this is me being biased, that kind of carried the league or brought the league into its face was probably Dr. J, kind of made it exciting again to people to go and watch. And then as he comes towards the end of his career, you then get this guy that's inspired by him, and comes into the league and becomes the best player of all time in Michael Jordan, and does some of the stuff in memory of him, like the dunk from the free throw line. And then you get another player inspired by those guys and Magic and stuff like that. So you've always had those guys, Magic and Bird, and then MJ, and so you've had like 3 or 4 people always in that transition period kind of swing round. So I think Edwards is there, Wemby can be there. Obviously I've got an X and O question later around it, but like,
well, Wemby will definitely be there.
Shep could be there as well. Tyrese, you've got all these other guys that you could throw in, and I'm sure there's some guy in college.
You had to throw Tyrese, didn't you?
Well, yes, because at the moment he's one of the best players in the league. It's not.
Yeah, he's one of the players
at the moment on his performance.
But is he a future MVP?
I don't know. I mean, definitely, I don't know, and that's the thing. And well, why is in Philadelphia? Yes, because that's the thing with Edwards, right? He's in a small market. Would he have to go to LA? Would he have to go to New York? Would he have to go to Philly? Would he have to go to Boston?
The thing is, why is Jokic not the face of the NBA right now?
Well, I think that was going to be my next thing. Is I think for the next couple of years until he matures to because he's only in his early once Edward was over 22, 23. So for me, you become the face of the NBA once you've done 2 or 3 all-star years back to back years. So he's a couple of years away from that. So at the moment, I think you can
Is
have
he? Mate, he's bloody back-to-back MVP. He just won the ring, like won the championship.
He didn't win.
How are we not
regular
talking about his
season
Jokic as the face of NBA? Like, even if you at the start of the season, like ESPN would put out all their social media stuff about the upcoming games. Sometimes there wasn't Denver in the picture, which is just insane.
But
It's
I think
almost
across
like
the world, him, Embiid, who are not, him and Embiid, you do see their pictures. I've seen their pictures across, and Tatum.
this is what I
There
mean
is
by face
people.
of the NBA. Is Jokic marketable worldwide for the NBA? I don't think he. Maybe that's part of the reason why he plays this character of like, I don't care about basketball. I just play it.
Yeah, what commercials do
I'm
you
really
see?
good at it.
I don't think I've
I'm
seen
not.
him in a commercial. I don't think I have.
He is quite. I do find it. He's quite authentic and quite funny as a person. But I don't know. Just I'm a bit bored of the old him not caring about basketball when he prefers watching his,
Horse race.
celebrating over his horses and all the rest of it. But maybe that's why they don't plug and push Jokic as the face of the NBA, because you can't have the face of the NBA saying things like, I just play basketball to play basketball.
True. Yeah, no, but I think Edwards he's definitely there. He should be one of the 3 or 4 faces if he carries on that performance levels in the next couple of years. Like I say, MB, Joker, Tatum, they're going to be on the one for the next couple of years or around that as LeBron declines and obviously retires at some point because he is still human. And then Steph Curry obviously as well as he gets older. So I think you will look and see the NBA, but they need to be doing it in big markets or getting their names out there. You are right for the NBA to push it on socials and that's the thing now. Like you define players' popularity and stuff, and you do it with football clubs and NBA teams and stuff. But social media plays a part in that. You can think you're the biggest club in the world because you used to be good, like with my soccer arguments. But if you're not got no social media following because you won the FA Cup in 1939, well done. Like it doesn't matter now. And if you won an NBA championship in the 50s or 60s, it doesn't matter now. You got to win one in the 90s or 2000s. You got to be relevant now, making the playoffs, giving it a chance.
Do you think the current old guard, the likes of Curry, LeBron, have to move on before the new face, fully?
No, I think people
part
go
of
for
that
younger
NBA
marketing.
brand.
LeBron and Curry will always be marketable because of the way they are, and their popularity is at an all-time high. Because they got popular at the height of as the social media has grown. But I think they won't necessarily be the face of the NBA or the sort of they're not. For me, the face of the NBA is we want to get them on TNT every week or ESPN every week. I think you'll see more sort of Minnesota. You see more Oklahoma, potentially more Spurs as time goes on because those 3.
But do you think team success plays a part in that? So if the Timberwolves were a contender, would we see more Anthony Edwards? If Spurs were a contender, would we see?
Yeah, I think over next year or 2,
even more.
Yeah, I think over next year or 2 you will, because they'll become better.
It's hilarious. You could tell Wemby has a clear path to being the face of the NBA when you're watching game recaps. Spurs lose, but the whole highlights are just Wemby. That's all you're watching for 2 minutes. It's like 2 minutes of Wemby. Oh, by the way, Spurs lost. And it's like, so did the winning team do nothing in that game? It is funny to watch.
It is indeed, yeah. I think, but no, I do think you'll see more and more of them as they go on. Because at the moment, like you say, it's more stat tracking of the others, whether they won or lost. It's stat tracking.
And the thing is, with Anthony Edwards, I don't even look at stats. Like I've got his stats up, and they are good. But I just when I watch him play, he's just must see TV, and I don't think there's anything he can't do.
Agree. No, I agree.
And the main, well, not main, but one of the biggest things for me to show how good a player is if their box score isn't that great, but they've made a massive impact on the game.
Exactly. Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. Okay.
Are you getting on to X and O's?
Yeah, but you can.
I was just going to say that you agree with me quite a lot, and I always think to myself, have I learned quite a bit about the game of basketball, or are we both idiots?
Both. He both thinks it could be true. No, I think my only pushback with Edwards is that I think he needs to join a bigger market, but you can't deny the performance he's had, the highlight reels he's created.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing.
you go on Instagram and he's dunking or he's doing things, blocking. The dunks. I was thinking the other day, the dunk the other day being shared away over social media. Those things, if you create yourself a highlight reel and it can go on
Against
Instagram,
Warriors.
yeah, then you're gonna.
His little spat with Draymond Green was pretty funny as well.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, I saw the ejection in like the player. It was quite funny. There's like I think it's just Draymond by himself and like all the Minnesota players, unless it was like obviously cropped probably. But yeah, it was quite funny watching that. But yeah, I don't disagree. It's just like for him to. I don't. You saying he could be or will be? I agree, but there's things need to fall into place for him. And I think unfortunate for Minnesota fans, you need him to stay there and maybe build it. And if he does, great. But he might need to move. Or they've got to win a championship for him to be recognised.
I think when LeBron retires, he should come to the Lakers.
Of course, you're going to say that.
I would love to see that.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes. Before we go on to X and O's, though, rookies with 150 points, 75 rebounds, and 20 blocks in the first 10 NBA games.
Maxey?
No, because he's not a rookie, is he? So.
Sorry. I just ignored rookie because I thought you were going to give me some more.
Wemby and Chet are on that list. Wemby and Chet are on that list, right? Can you guess any other player that's had 150 points, 75 rebounds, and 20 blocks? If you get any of them, I'll give you that. So it's not really an X and O. It's kind of an X and O.
Is this across? Is this recent or?
Well, it's the first 10 NBA games. So there is a few.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
So that's Spurs in the 70s and 60s on here, but most of them actually are 80s or old. The others, you would have heard of
Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq's one.
You said blocks as well, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. J?
No, he didn't start his rookie year in the NBA, but yeah, that's probably why.
Oh, was that ABA? Was it?
Yeah. I'll give you
No. Did Bill Russell start in the
ABA? Bill Russell was NBA, but no, he's not on the list.
Wow.
I'll give you a clue on one of them. Played for the Spurs.
Tim Duncan?
Indeed. Another one you probably will know. Another one that played for the Spurs.
David Robinson?
Yeah.
They do get blessed with some good centers every generation, don't they?
Finger wag. It's your clue for the other person.
Well, that clue doesn't work for me. Is there another clue?
Do you not know Dikembe Mutombo?
Well, I know him, but I don't know that that's synonymous with him.
Yeah, I've got a big enough finger.
I just know him for sounding like a Muppet from the Muppet Show.
Yeah, I doubt you know Alonzo Mourning. I doubt you know Ralph Sampson.
But I know Alonzo Mourning, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm surprised Mourning's on that list, to be fair.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. You got Bill Walton, Hakeem. So there's some good names on that list. So from memory, I need to check this. I've got the 75 on the back of this one. There's some about 4 of those, I think, at least are in the top 75 NBA players. My X and O question is very long-winded. Victor and Chet will be on the next list they do when they do like the 100 or the 100.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wow, that is a very good question.
Based on their rookie season.
Oh yeah, that's a small sample size to throw them into the top 100 there, Sam.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna owe this. Early call for them to be in the top 100. I really like Chet. Wemby. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, there are some suspect players that got to the top 75.
True.
To be honest. So yeah, we'll go O.
Okay, 1-0. I don't disagree actually. I might disagree. No, I don't know about these. I might disagree on the next few. Right, so easy one, nice quick one. They kind of talked about clutch moments in the NBA and clutch awards, like the close clutch, and they've done a list of the top 5 clutch players. There was a play last night that I saw, which was really good, where I saw someone, see if you watched it, made an assist off of Drew Holiday's back.
Oh, I saw this morning. This was you talking about Josh Hart?
Yes, Mr.
that was-
Hart decided. So for me, that's assist of the season because you assisted yourself. So should we have an assist of the season award?
Just a assist or
Yeah, like the best assist of the season. So like a great
or
alley
play
pass.
or play. I think
No,
that's
assist.
too. I think
It's
that's
got to
too
be an assist. It's
specific.
got to be a pass. Like who made that great pass, whether it's a Hail Mary pass from one end of the court to the other, or one of the ones where you have to tip it in because there's less than 0.3 seconds to go.
No, I'm gonna say X because I think that's too specific. There's too many plays in the game. There's too many games. There's. I'd say if you had a playmaker of the year, then, and I wouldn't even say that Josh Hart's is the best of the season so far. I would have said Marcus Smart's was.
No, no, that was the best. That was so funny. And Drew Holiday.
I mean, yeah, it was clever, but I think Marcus Smart diving on the floor and the ball sort of like bouncing out the way, and he just throws his arm out and just caresses it.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember who he caressed it to, but that was to win the game as well. Essentially, put the knife into the Clippers. Whereas Josh Hart did it when I think they were like down by 10 anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to talk about if you're gonna have an assist of the year, you got to think about the assist itself and the moment in the game as well.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Okay. Third one.
But I'm not having it as an award.
Wow, I disagree. But there we go. We disagreed. Siakam
Finally.
dropped 39 points last night, so it's recency biased. Will he be an all-star this year?
Siakam. Yeah, because it's going to be East versus West, isn't it?
Has it been confirmed? I haven't seen. Yeah.
If it's not East and West, X.
Yeah. If it is,
If
no.
it is, because, and I'll die on this hill, there's less talent in the East.
You're still getting
than
East
the
and West
West.
voting though, so it's only for like the reserves and stuff though.
That is true.
So it does
I'm
reduce the
basically
chance
saying-
slightly reduces the chance.
I'm basically saying X, really, aren't I?
Okay.
So
I
think
agree. I agree at the moment. I think I'm on the fence with it. I think if he can play like that, he will. And yeah, and then the last one, I should have really tied it in with the.
I will add, if they did the world versus America,
Well, then
he would
yes.
be an all-star.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So really, I should have added this on. I was going to add it on in the Clippers talk. So it is a Clippers question. The LA Clippers will make another trade to resolve their problems. So we said about the ball, do they give up a Westbrook or someone and bring in someone that's not going to be ball worthy to make up for the fact that you got a ball hog in the others?
I'm going to go X, but not because of the Clippers. I'm just struggling to see which team would be willing. Maybe the Bulls?
Or they just wait for a
They
buyout, I suppose. They could wait for the buyout market.
I think that's a very tough question, to be honest. I think, like I said earlier, it's okay, they started badly, but maybe it might click
At some
eventually
point.
later into the season. So if we're going off now, well, I don't think they'll do it.
You're going to go X. Stay with
X,
X.
yeah.
Okay. I think they'll make another trade. I think they will. I know they've got a lot of assets, but they will.
I don't think if I answered X or O, it'd be a confident answer.
Yes. No, I think they're definitely going to make some changes. But whether I don't know if they don't turn around saying they can't wait for free agent for the buyout market. So
yeah. Wow. If I learned anything about the NBA, there's a lot of factors and scenarios. It's difficult just to football's a bit easier where if someone wants a player, they'll just go buy them.
Yes. I think
trades
you're right.
and stuff and are a bit of a different ball game altogether. So
You're right. Yeah, there is loads of factors in drama. So anything could happen between now and then where someone falls out and then it creates a new market. Yeah, I'll give you that. You are learning. Yes, so that's nearly the end of the episode. I just want to shout out, I've got a great hat. I know it's gone past Halloween, but I wear it all year round. Green Releases shirts are phenomenal. I need to get a Christmas one. He's got the Grinch stole Christmas design, which I need to get for one of the next episodes. But yeah, that is all from us.
by the way, talking of attire, sorry. Obviously the last few weeks I've been going about how not how bad it is, but my disagreement with jerseys for people of my age. I'm very close to ordering one, and if I order one, I might have to wear it.
You do have to wear
I'll give
it
myself
on one of these.
I'll give myself like a dare, like if I
well,
myself.
I'm sure Hooten and Lupin will have some decent Lakers jerseys you can pick up. Or the Fanatics, and we look forward to seeing you in one. If you've made it to the end, like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube, and download/like on the platforms for podcasts, whether it's Spotify, Apple, or wherever you go, because YouTube. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and let's hope we've got another fun week of more drama, potential Clippers, I get it right. Clippers losses, and as always, because we don't like them, some Boston losses.
There's been too much Clippers talk on this week's episode, so hopefully next week we can talk about the right side of LA and talk about the Lakers more. But yeah,
I hope so, but I think we might have to talk about the Celtics and the Bucks. The Bucks started to turn it around, but the Celtics definitely have on a little streak now.
True.
Thanks all. Bye bye.